MTN, don't do this night. All right, we are live. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to day 4 of Becoming the Chayil Woman Conference. It has been amazing from day 1 when we had Mr. Lawal. Day 2, we had Dr. Nkechi. Day 3, we had Dr. Adekumbi. And today, day 4, we are having the most beautiful, the most elegant, the most, what are that word? Quintessential Mrs. Kemi Irinoye. Good evening, good evening. Drop your greetings in the comments and let me know that you are here. Thank you for joining. Share the link with somebody, share the link with a sister, share the link with somebody that you feel like this would really bless them. I really need to know that you have been blessed so far because I have been blessed. My notes have been full. When you attend conferences like this, it's not only to jot down the things that you have learned, it is also to take home the things that you will start doing. Because I've learned that, see, it is not enough to start writing, oh, this is what I learned, this is the key point, this is the salient point. What would you start doing? Based on day 1, what would you start doing based on what you heard from day 1? What would you start doing based on what you heard from day 2? And that way, you know that truly you took something home from the conference. So please and please ensure that you are doing that so that you will not finish these 5 days. And then when you look back, you can't even pick out something that you have started doing because you attended Becoming the Chayil Man Conference. So I welcome you again to day 4 of this conference. And without wasting much of our time, I want to bring up our speaker for today. And before I do that, I summarized our bio because of time. I summarized our bio so that I can bring her up in no time. But I want you to know the very important part of our guest speaker for tonight. Please listen attentively so that when you are channeling your question, you know what to ask and how to direct your questions. We have Mrs. Oluwakemi Irinoye. She's a woman whose vision transcends boundaries. As the group executive director of Kia Group, she seamlessly blends the art of hospitality with the power of media, consulting for royalty and multinationals alike. She's a storyteller who didn't just manage a platform but revolutionized it. She drove about 3,000% growth and capturing millions of arts with the acclaimed series. She's a JCI senator, a devoted wife, and a mother. She stands today as a testament to what happens when excellence meets diligence. Welcome with me, Mrs. Kemi Irinoye. Thank you so much, Mama, for gracing our platform. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I love you
Thank
so much.
you
Just
very
like I was telling
much.
you before you came up stage, you are such a woman that when I say that this is how I want to see myself, I just have your picture in my head. Okay, what do you want? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I have Mrs. Kemi's pictures in and I'm not saying this to maybe how they say gas you up and all of that. That's just reality. Because I did not know the kind of person that you were before I even saw you, and I loved you before I met you. And I am saying this publicly because I've said it privately that your type of humility is one that needs to be studied, to be honest. I don't know how you do it, but you embody humility. I don't know. You don't know how to make anybody feel small. I've never seen you do that. I've seen you relate with your driver, and I've watched you be like from a distance. I might be calm, I might be quiet, but the calm part of me notices everything, even the little details. And I'm like, this woman surely embodies humility. I see how you relate with people. I'm not a Yoruba person, but I know that when Yoruba people use is because probably the person is your senior or the person that you respect. But you do not care. You know how to use for almost everybody. And I'm like, this woman, how do you do this? So really, I am always in awe of you whenever I'm in your presence. So thank you so much for gracing our platform. Thank you for being here. You are a role model, to be honest. Maybe so many people that know you have not been able to say this, but to be honest, you are a role model to many, and I really, really love and appreciate it. Thank you. So everyone, exactly. They say you look good and calm. Not me, not me.
Do the good parts, but I'm not calm.
So thank you once again.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much. If
Um.
I can respond before we go into it, thank you. Thank you for giving me the platform. To you, you've been saying thank you to me because you think I'm busy and oh, out of my busy schedule, I'm here. But also, this is a platform that you own, that you have created, and you're giving me the opportunity to speak. I don't take it for granted, sincerely. And I don't toy with words. So this is not a cliche of when they invite somebody, then you say, oh, I don't take it for granted. But I genuinely don't take the opportunity to connect and network with people, share ideas, and just pour and be poured into. I don't take it for granted. So thank you so much for the invitation.
You see. Any opportunity to just show that she's so humble and she does not even have to try. To be honest, I just love that part of you, and it's a pointer for me as well, because I am big on that, and I think that will lead me to ask my first question.
Okay.
What brought you there? I have seen you're not the first person that I've gone close to that something will make me step back, like I beg. But there's just something about you that draws people in. I don't know. I don't know you so well to that extent, but I am very sure you must have seen that people are usually very drawn to you. What is that intentional? Like, is this something that, because there are some people that naturally people are just drawn to them, but there are some people that make that intentional effort to ensure that when they are leaving you, they leave you with an experience that you will always
Hmm.
have in your memory that I met with this person and I cannot forget. So let me hear from you.
Oh, okay. So that question is so pregnant, and when I find myself on platforms like this, also because I cannot see my audience, I'm very mindful not to overtalk, right?
Mhm.
But really, for me, I find people being the most expensive currency on earth.
Hmm.
That is how I perceive human beings. I believe that you can get money, and this life is structured in a way that it's hard to believe that really we are all chasing money. Money is supposed to be the most expensive currency. But I have
Yeah.
discovered, or I have told myself, I've come to believe that human beings are actually the most expensive currency, especially your tribe, your people. The truth is that not everybody will like you, no matter what you do in life.
Yeah.
Even if you are, the nicest person ever. Some people just don't even like your face. Some people
Hmm.
don't like the sound of your voice. And apart from the really malicious people, it's also just because they are not in your tribe. But
Hmm.
even the people who will be in your tribe, how will you find them? See all the good things that you have said about me tonight. It's because you are in my tribe. It's because you are my person.
Hmm.
It's because naturally you've just fallen in love with me. You've said it over and over again tonight that, oh, I don't even know you that well, but I just like you. I just like what I see. I just like the perception of you that I have.
Hmm.
So to convince you or to bring you into my fold would be a lot lesser stress than to bring somebody that does not like the sound of my voice or does not like my face, does not like my
Hmm.
cut. Now, where am I going with all of this? Is that if people are the most expensive commodity on earth, and if we cannot get things done without people, then it means that people should be treated that same way. How do you treat something so rare? How do people treat gold or diamond or an investment that costs them so much? I've seen parties get scattered because somebody is looking for something,
Hmm.
and then they say, "Oh, this thing is worth 10 million naira. This thing is. Do you know how much it costed me to get it?" So if that is how you will treat something so rare, then it means that is how you should treat every single person that
Hmm.
you come in contact with. Yes,
mm,
things will happen here and there. Um, Emotions might flare up for whatever reason, or arguments can erupt. But one thing that I have held very dearly is to preserve people's dignity, to
mm,
treat people with love and with respect. And that is not coming from a place of naivety. I've experienced hurt. I've experienced hurt from people. I've experienced hurt from loved ones. But it is a decision that, you know what, the world is already a terrible place. There's already so many things going on with people. There's already a lot of insincerity. I am going to decide to be a sincere person. If you're in my circle, I say it that I would always be that person. And I know people, I'm even talking about people that are older than me, that will say that, Kemi, nobody talks to me the way you talk to me. Nobody
mm,
tells me as it is. But I
mm.
have decided that for anybody that is in my circle, I would always be that person that can tell them the truth, not brutally, but out of love. Either
Mm,
you will now accept it or not is up to you. I will always be that person that will lend a helping hand as long as I can, as long as I have the resources to, I would always help. I will always be that person to lend a listening ear, because I am where I am today because some people also gave me listening ears. You know,
Yes.
now when some people reach out to me, some of my maybe confidants or people that I have a relationship with, when they reach out to me to say, "Oh, Kemi, I want to run this thing by you, or I have this burden in my heart to share," it just, and maybe it's a busy day for me, or I'm tired or something. I didn't think about it that. So all this while that I was disturbing other people too, this is
Mm,
how they felt.
mm.
But I feel that some people's shoulders have carried me this far, and the
Yeah.
least I can do is to lend my own shoulder to somebody else. So that's
Mm.
that's the crux of everything for me.
Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you. You just simplified it really. That people are worth more than money, worth more than gold. So people currency is big for you, and that that has yeah. I think I need to ask. That will lead me to my next question. How did people currency help you? Because in your bio you mentioned how that you've worked in multinationals and all of that. How did people currency help you, open doors, get into rooms that by yourself you might not have thought about getting into? So let me pause on that and let you answer.
That is kind of like my life story. Almost everything that I've done in life, I've done with people. People have opened the door for me. And I'll give specific examples. When I was fresh out of uni, um, I was running my business in Ife. I'd started the business as an undergraduate student, my catering business as an undergraduate student.
Mm,
So by the time I was done with uni, my business was quite well established. But I knew that I wanted to leave Ife to come to Ibadan. So when I came to Ibadan, I wasn't getting jobs. You know, I was pretty young. I think I was maybe 24 when I came to Ibadan, or 25 when I came to Ibadan. And then I looked a bit smallish. You can tell by seeing me that this person is a young girl, not
mm,
like some of the people we have nowadays that you can't guess their age.
yeah.
But you can tell that I'm a young girl, and I'm asking people to trust me with their event catering. So I wasn't getting jobs. And I remember that it was somebody, Wale Bakari, who spoke to the CEO of Libra TV.
Mm,
He had a kitchen at that time. And Wale told him that, "Oh, I know somebody that can run this your restaurant for you very well." And that was how I got the job. Now, it's not about getting the job to run the restaurant. It was even the deal that I got out of it. And it was the way Wale had sold me, because when I was in Ife, I was running my restaurant apart from event catering. So I
mm,
packed all of that to come to Ibadan. So when Wale was going to talk to Libra about me, what he said was, "I know this person, oh, but she already has her own business and the business is very established. I don't know if she will be willing to work for somebody." And luckily, when I met with Libra, I was very honest with him to say, "You know what? I have this dream of my own business and I don't want to
mm,
close it down. I want to do
mm,
this. I love what you're offering," because he was offering me partnership. So I wasn't just an employee that was getting salary. We were
Hmm.
splitting profits 50-50.
Wow.
So I then told him, can I still continue to do my own business? And he said, oh, yes, why not? As long as it doesn't interfere. Another, you can count that as, Wale being the first person.
Yeah.
Then you can now count Libra as the second person.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking at people who have helped me, because he was now the one who brought me into the media space. So I
Hmm.
was working with him, or working for him at Libra Kitchen, and I did that for about a year and a half. And then I got married, I got pregnant. By the time I gave birth to my son, I wasn't going to go back to Libra Kitchen. I had thought about it that the stress was a lot and all of that. But he sensed it. And then his offer for me was, you know what? Move to TV. Come and be an administrator at TV. And that was how I got into the media industry. He opened that door for me. And he did not only employ me as an administrator, at every milestone that I needed, that I deserved rather to be promoted, he acknowledged my efforts. I went from administrator to secretary. From secretary, I had a position, I can't remember now, before I became general manager. I left Libra TV as the general manager for Libra TV, overseeing all the productions that we were releasing as a media company at that time. And that is because he gave me that leverage. Yes, there's the place of the hard work that I also did, because nobody
Mm-hmm.
would throw anything on your laps. The only reason why he didn't even let me go in the first place was because I was valuable. But that is
Mm-hmm.
another human being that paved that way for me. Now, when we talk about multinationals and the companies that I work for today, I can tell you the story of every single one, and you will find one human being who opened the door or who recommended me. I
Hmm.
currently do media work for Trophy Lager, and he was somebody who opened the door. And I met him in the most amazing way possible. I was managing the premiere of Jade Oshiberu's Brotherhood, and then Trophy Lager came there to do a setup. So I didn't even know he was the brand manager. We were just, me and my girls were just talking or something. Or maybe I think they went to get food and it was like, oh, are you going to buy me a just, a regular chit chat? And I'm like, are you new to the city? Blah, blah, blah. We exchanged contact. 6 months after, we had a proper conversation of, oh, I run a media company in case you have event coverage and all of that. And that was how I got into Trophy Lager. I work for UAC Foods. It was the same thing. It is one person recommending me. And that's why for me, I think I wrote it on my status on Sunday that no matter how terrible people are and how horrible the experiences can be with people, I would still always choose people, because I
Hmm.
found people recommend me in rooms that I'm not in. I found people stake their integrity for me to say, you know what, give it to Kemi. I will bet my ass off that she will deliver. So
Hmm.
my company cannot exist where at the level that it is right now. I cannot even be where I am today without people. So I can go on and on as to how people have molded and shaped my life. I had two role models in my life. In fact, they were more than role models, they were like mentors in my life at the very pivotal point in my life. When you come out of university and you're entering into the labor market, it's such a critical time, because
Yeah.
there's always like the period where you struggle.
Mm-hmm.
And for somebody that is so keen on entrepreneurship, it was such a dark period. And I had BC Ogunwale and Shola Deumi. Those two individuals held my hand and saw me through different decision making. And I'll give direct example. I remember when I got to Ibadan, and before I started working for Libra TV, I was thinking of taking a shop. How you feel, oh, maybe it's when I have a shop and
Hmm.
people.
Education. Yeah.
And I called this Ogunwale to say, oh, I'm thinking of taking a shop. And it was like, what do you want to use it for? Like, in 5 minutes, it changed my orientation completely. He said,
Hmm.
you run an event catering outfit. People don't come to your office. Currently, my office sits in a 6-bedroom duplex. In an entire month, we may not have one client coming. in an entire month, so that you can see how what he was saying back then was very relevant. This was
Mm.
2014, 2015. This is 2016, and we still don't even have customers walking to us.
Mm.
Because if you have a celebration, you most likely say, okay, can you come over?
Exactly.
Or we have conversations over the phone. All the work we do for companies, we do Zoom meetings.
Mm.
I have a meeting to join after this session. I do the presentation, they give me the feedback. If we need to see, it's going to be at their office.
Mm.
Most of them are not even in Ibadan, so they don't walk into our office. So back then, BC was like, why do you want to take an office space and then you are spending money? That what you should do is take a two-bedroom apartment, put
Mm.
your cooking things in one room. Let
Mm.
that be like office that you want to go and take. Then in the other room, let that be your residential space.
Mm.
And you won't believe that that is what I did for like the first 3 years when I was in Ibadan. So when we have jobs to cater for, we'll just bring the things out. My cooks will come, they'll cook. I pay everybody. I put the things back. So I didn't have overhead. I didn't have participation of, oh, how am I going to pay salaries? I was able
Mhm.
to make decisions and focus on growing the company. That is one advice that I don't know how to repay him for, because I could have put my energy into something else if he didn't give me that kind of guidance.
Mm.
Another advice that really shaped and molded me was my dad used to work in the bank. He retired working in the bank. So at the point when I finished school, all this period I'm talking about, not new, and he he wanted me to take a bank job. So that time they used to pay um, entry level bank officers, I think 80,000, 100,000 naira, which was good money at the time. But the thing is, in catering, I can make that 80,000 or 100,000 in one weekend on
Yes.
one job. The
Yes.
only downside is it wasn't consistent. So I can make it this week and then I don't have another job for the next 2 weeks
True.
or 3 weeks. But I started seriously considering is that, something that is sure is better than nothing, blah, blah, blah. And I remember speaking to Sholade Omi about it. And Shola said, Kemi, if you take that job, so he said two things. The first thing he said was, do you think 9 to 5 people too don't have their own headaches? Just
Mm.
because you're not interacting with them, you think that that is an escape route for
Mm.
you. But if you also talk to them, their 80K self, sometimes they finish spending it before he comes in.
Exactly.
And that gave me, a different perspective. And then the second thing he said was, what you need in your line of business is discipline. When money comes in, you must know that I'm not supposed to spend this money in 2 days
Yes.
or in 3 days because you don't know when the next one is coming. That's so the
Yes.
right perception you should have should be that when the money comes in, then you now break it down to cover your expenses for the month. And that was
Mm.
the first exposure that I had to an entrepreneur earning salary from your job, separating your expenses from the company's expenses. I think I'll
Mm-hmm.
stop there for now.
Okay, still on because I know that there are people listening and you keep saying, oh, you had this person, you had that person, and they cannot relate. They can't relate to I have this person, I have that person.
Yeah,
How does somebody that don't have anybody, where do they start from? Where do they start building this people relationship
yeah,
from? Because I've met with somebody that I was like, post this thing I'm selling. I don't used to see you post. She said, the people on my status, they're just my family members. They will not buy from me now. I will keep posting to them. And I'm like, it's weird to me. That's okay. And so there are people like that. I don't know.
yes.
So how do you advise people, like how do they get people? Where did you find people? Do you just walk on the road and say, oh, I want you to be my friend? Or how do you do it? Where do you start from?
Okay, let me first of all put this out there that he who will have friends must himself be friendly. That is the first thing that anybody. So when people tell me things like I'm an introvert, I don't like talking, I don't like meeting people. I'm like, who do you think likes meeting people? Definitely not me. It looks like I like meeting people, but definitely not me. You will
Mm,
not believe it when I tell you that my default mode, if every other thing can be balanced, my default mode is me. and my husband and my son or my immediate family in my
God, I will
house.
not believe it. I don't believe it.
Nobody, people don't believe it.
I will not believe it.
I'm telling you, people don't believe it, but that is me. I can live that life for 3 months and I'm not even bored.
Hmm.
So when people say they are not a people person, I tell them, you can't know how much I am not a people person.
Hmm.
Since if I want to host people, I have to mentally prepare for it.
Hmm.
I have to condition my mind to say, Kemi, people are coming to your space. People expect you to smile, to be cheerful, to greet them, to laugh. That is how much I tell myself sometimes.
Hmm.
Yes. But you know the difference? I think God was so good to me. I learned it early in life that
Yeah.
you need people, that you can't, God
Some
has
people,
not
you can
designed
see the
life.
comments. Some people did not learn it on time, and it's feeling like it's already late.
Yes. Yes, but no, no, no. Don't feel that way. Yes, it could appear like that, but see, whenever you wake up is your morning. That's another part of life. Although
Hmm.
even me, I just said that I used to tell people that it's not whenever you wake up. Morning is morning. If you wake up in the afternoon, things would have happened that you will not know. But
Yeah.
also, whenever you wake up to something, is your morning.
Hmm.
You might not have had it like that. And my husband is a critical example of somebody like that. My husband is not very, he doesn't know much people. He's a, I'm just in my space, I'm just in my corner. But over the years, he would tell me randomly sometimes to say, okay, I mean, I learned this, I picked this, that I
Hmm.
just want to be more intentional about relating with people because it's such a huge currency that you need. See, we've
Hmm.
only explored people from the perspective of business. I can't begin to explore people from the perspective of support system for you.
Hmm.
That is not even something that is bringing in money. It is that your mental health,
Yeah.
one individual cannot. I learned that thing from my mom in love. She told me early on in my marriage that your husband cannot be everything to you.
Yes. Say
And
that
it's not
again.
because the fact that he does not love you or he does not care, but he's
Yeah.
human, just like you cannot be everything to him.
Yes.
So I look at women who stop their spouse from having friends and all of that, that you're doing yourself a disservice. Sometimes there are things that he can't tell you that he needs to, you know, let it out somewhere so
Yes.
that it gains perspective and then he can come back to you and be that man that you want him to be. Anyway,
Yes.
so that I don't digress. The question is, how have I been able to get people? Also, don't forget, or I've not mentioned on this platform, that I'm the first daughter in a family of five. I have an elder brother. I don't have an elder sister. So I don't know what it's like to have an elder sister, right? I'm not saying that from a I'm sad point of view. I'm just saying if there's a void, if there's a gap, if there's something you need, it is up to you to identify it and try to fill that void or try to fill that gap. So, how did I start building my network of people? First, what I've said, if you would have friends, you must be friendly.
Yes.
So when I'm in a space, when I'm in a room, if I ever make eye contact with you, direct eye contact, I will say hello. I always do. I don't care who the person is. That's why you can say, oh, you've seen me treat, different categories of people. Even if you are a waiter, you are a server, you are pushing the wheelbarrow. If I make direct eye contact with you, I will always say good afternoon, or I will always say good morning, or something. I will greet you. I will acknowledge that you exist.
Mm.
Number one. Number two is I always start everybody off on 100%, believing the best in people. You will
Yeah.
now prove what level I will put you on over
Exactly.
time. So
Yeah.
regardless of the gist I've heard about somebody or what somebody has said, if I meet you today, I am meeting you on a clean slate with a clean
Yeah.
heart.
Yes.
So I don't judge people. And that's one of the reasons why people feel pretty comfortable talking to me or opening up to me about things. Because as much as I can, even when I have a contrary opinion to what you are saying, I
Mm.
won't judge you. I'll listen fairly. Then we can now discuss your standpoint. But
mm,
if what we are discussing is something that can corrupt my own mind, for example, now, anybody that has issues with men, we cannot be friends.
ah.
Oh, men are so, men are this, men are that. I have a husband, I have a son,
Yeah.
I have a father, and I have a brother. You are not about to come, and I have history of men in my life who are doing
Mm-hmm.
well.
Mm-hmm.
So if you will not, if that is your ideology and you carry it about, I will not judge you for it, because peradventure you have reasons why you've come to that conclusion. But you will not be in my inner circle.
Mm.
You won't be in my, so in my life, I have, you know that, I don't know if you remember that circle that they used to draw back when we were in primary school, that you connect. So I have circles in different degrees, up to
Mm.
like maybe 5 or 6. So when I meet you, you are in circle number 10. You are
Hmm.
just a random person. I'll greet
Hmm.
you. Good morning. If I ever see your face again, I'll be like, oh, your face looks familiar. But there's nothing about you that is influencing me.
Hmm.
And maybe when I see, something that you do or something, then you come to maybe circle number 9 or circle number 8. And the more I get to know you, I see the things you stand for, then you can keep coming into my inner circle.
Hmm.
I'm having a small sit out on Sunday. It is strictly for my inner circle people.
Hmm.
Because what I want to do is, oh, these are my loved ones. I've been so busy in the last quarter, I don't have time. I won't call some people. No offense. I'm not upset with you. You're not just in that circle.
Hmm.
That's another thing for people who are not used to people. So that you also just don't go out there and then you get hurt. And then
Hmm.
you feel like, oh, they told
Exactly.
me to connect with people. Now I'm connecting with people. Deal with people in degrees. In
Hmm.
degrees. There are certain people that I call friend. They don't know my house. They don't know
Hmm.
my next move. They don't know my plans. And they are
Hmm.
still my friend. It's just that they are at the back door.
Hmm.
You understand? But to continue my explanation as to how I've been able to harness or bring together my own tribe or my own people, or these people that have said, oh, this person did this. So I believe the best in people. So when you do that, you won't judge somebody because of maybe their outfit or an attribute that they have. For example, now maybe the person is smoking or the person is doing drugs. It doesn't take away from the fact that that is a terrible thing that they are doing. But what
Exactly.
I'm saying is my first approach will never be to judge.
Hmm.
So that gives me a pool of people that I meet.
Hmm.
Number three, I go out, I leave the house. Nobody will come and know you
Whee!
in your house. Nobody, even when my son was small, I will carry him. We'll go to the movie theater. When he still used to be quiet, when he became troublesome, we changed it to um, ice cream shop and pizza place. But from time to time, I go out because see, the truth is, if you don't go out, you can't interact with people, can't meet people. And another thing, I think it was my mom that helped me with this. Pretty girls, we are always so quick to carry shoulder pad and be nasty. I'm never nasty to people. Even when I sort of feel like maybe this person, you're saying hello to me because you have hidden agenda. I will wait for you to say it with your mouth so that I can lash you very well. I won't assume on your behalf. And
Hmm.
even when you state it, I'll let you know that I get where you're coming from. Other women, when I was still single, it wasn't even an issue. You are just asking me out. It's a matter of yes or no. But I have people that even know now that I'm married and they still ask me out. So I'll let you know that it's not your fault. It's because you've encountered people that have been like that. But
Hmm.
me, oh, I have no interest. If you still want to be a friend, I'm happy to be. But if this is a deal breaker for you, even me, I'm happy to say goodbye. So the relationship is defined,
Hmm.
right? So when you go out, you meet people. And when you are not judgmental, it helps you to decipher people. And then, like I've now said earlier, when you now decipher them, then you now determine where do you want to place this person. Is this
Hmm.
just a go and chop ice cream and pizza kind of friend? Or is
Hmm.
this the kind of friend that, oh, this person can be a prayer partner? Or is this the kind of friend I'm going to pick up my phone and call when I'm crying, or when my husband has hurt me, or when my job is not going well, or when I just got that news from the doctor and I don't know what to do? You will need to be discerning to know where to place each person. I hope
Hmm.
that answered.
Yes, it does. It does. But I will still ask.
Yes,
Um,
please.
there are people that, like somebody said, she said she's always indoors. I'm like that. I'm always indoors. So I got to know later, like much later. I'm talking about maybe 2 years ago that
Mm,
people currency is actually very important, and I took conscious efforts to now start going out, volunteering. Thank God I once volunteered for um the extraordinary woman. That was intentional because that was not me. This thing I'm doing right now, it is not me. Talking to people and bringing people, it's not me. So, but like you said, you influenced your husband. My husband is the one that influenced me. He said, go out,
mm,
meet people. Anytime I say I want to go out, oh God, he's the happiest. He's like, okay, when? How? When? Like, are you going now? You will come. Have you left the house? Like, that's how much he wants me to go out. Now, going out alone does not guarantee meeting people.
yeah.
Does not guarantee meeting people.
Mm-hmm.
So where do we go to? For people that are just indoors, they can't just say, I want to carry my bag and start going out.
Yeah.
Where do we go to that we now meet these people that would change, that would influence our lives positively, these people that, we can now say, oh, let me grade you and put you in a place. Are you close friend? Are you somebody that is distant and all of that? Where can we meet these people?
Okay. So, first of all, let me say that we need to understand the role of the divine in anything we are doing.
Hmm.
I can assure you that there's no formula for, oh, so you now start going, then you now go to one restaurant, then be going to that restaurant every day. There's nothing like that. People
Yeah.
meet by chance. That is the truth.
Hmm.
Chance. It is always chance. Every single person on it, I can beat my chest. It is chance. Or God, genuinely ordaining for you to meet the person. So don't treat your journey of meeting people or building a network from the place of when you go for a conference, then you must walk up to 5 people. You will now tell them, this is my name, this is what I do. You will now exchange
That has
contact,
never
you will
worked for
exchange contact,
me.
it's burdensome. I do things that I love. I have
Hmm.
lived my life doing things that I love. Somebody was teasing me earlier, I think earlier in the week or last week, that I always look like I'm always happy. Like, oh, I don't have a problem in the world. There is love at home and all of that. And I'm like, if only you know how many times I cry. But I do
Hmm.
things that I love. So even when I'm tired, just get me started on it and I will flow because I enjoy doing it. So if you
Hmm.
want to start going out, start with things that you genuinely enjoy. Don't let it be a burden because remember, it is not a sprint, it's a marathon.
Yes.
Let's do a quick math. Let's assume that your enemy will not live long in life. You will die at 60, and currently you are 30 or you are 35. It means you will do this networking thing for the next 25 years of your life. So why should
Mm-hmm.
you do something that is burdensome
Worrying.
for
Yeah.
the next 25 years? So start from doing things that are interesting to you. What is it that interests you?
I
When I
stop
was in
hearing
uni, I used
you.
to go to, oh, can you hear me now?
MTN
Can you hear
or
me?
whatever network is going on. I can hear you now. Yes. Back now.
Okay. So I was saying that when I was in uni, I loved the pool. I
Oh
used to go
no.
to the pool a lot because, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Because I love to swim. I wasn't going to the pool to meet people. I was going to the pool because I enjoy swimming. But the pool also just happened to be somewhere that you can meet people. I love movies. If I'm not busy, I would, I love the cinema. Regardless of whether there's Netflix, I'll watch Netflix on. I will even go to the cinema and watch. I just enjoy when I'm in the theater and I can hold popcorn and I can watch. The movies just also happens to be a place where you can meet people. I love to go for conferences where I can learn things.
Mm,
So I am actually going for the
mm,
knowledge, but it is just that you can meet people there.
exactly.
I love to make my hair. So I'll go to the salon to make my hair. But somehow you end up meeting
No, no,
somebody
no. You love
either
to look good.
enjoying
Let's change that. You love to look good.
yes, exactly. So anything that makes me look good, my hair, my nails, fashion, go out to shop. But somehow I tend to meet people in those things. So start by looking out for what do I enjoy doing, and then make a move to do that thing that you enjoy. See, the only part I want you to work on is when you've said, "Oh, I'm going to go out to this place," and then few hours to the time, you start feeling like I don't want to go anymore, Joe. So just push yourself and ensure that you eventually go. So when you go, I've met people in the most
Mm,
unassuming places. I've met people in the bank. I borrowed the person's pen. Oh, please, can you borrow me your pen? And he borrowed. Oh,
mm,
hi, hi. Oh, you have, and then make conversation. So when you find somebody that it looks like, okay, this person, it looks like you have sense, or it looks like I can have a conversation with the person, then go on and make conversations. Or what do you do? And be genuinely interested.
mm.
Don't be talking to the person and you're typing on your phone, or you're looking at somebody else. Be
Yeah.
genuinely interested in them, in getting to know them, because you're also trying to assess the person. So when I'm engaging you from what you are saying and all of that, I know whether, okay, can this person be a friend? Or you're already saying some things and I'm like, you know what?
Mm.
Also, it's so good to meet you. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day. And I go. But it
Right.
first starts from when I go to public places like church. I can't sit next to you in church and I won't say hello to you. No matter how much, people can be very annoying nowadays, doing maybe checking
Yes.
their phone or doing something, and I'm like, what's this? But I would at least still say hello. So when you practice
Mm.
that act of just saying hello and saying I, the day you will meet somebody, remember how I told you I met the brand manager of Trophy Lager? I didn't even know he was the brand manager.
Yeah.
He just gave a random response to something that we said, and I was like, oh, hi. In fact, I remember that when we met after that event, so he was like, oh, he's coming to Ibadan and all of that, and I'm like, oh, if you're coming to my city, let's have a sit down. So we met just to chit chat. I still didn't know he was brand manager, so I was legitimately asking that, oh, what do you do for Trophy Lager? It looks like you work with them or something. And he just said, I can't remember, but he didn't give it away that he was the brand manager. And then we got into a
Mm.
conversation, and I realized that he was my junior in OAU. So OAU became our conversation, like, you were in OAU the same period. It was just maybe 1 year junior. So I'm like, how come
Mm.
I don't know you back then? Blah, blah, blah. And we just gisted about school. That was all we talked about that evening. And afterwards, he went, oh, the next day, how is what you came for? I hope it's going on well. If you need anything, let me know. So I always approach people from the perspective of service, of help. If you're my
Okay.
friend or if you're somebody in my space, before I would demand anything from you, I'm looking out for how can I help you? How can I support your dream? How can I support this thing that you're doing? Right? I'm not taking speaking engagements for January, but when you asked, you are my person, I will show up. So my friends also
Mm.
sort of know that oh, Kemi will show up for you. So they are
Mm.
also willing to show up for Kemi, right? But even more than just my friends or my direct age mates, for people who are higher than me, who have supposedly held me by the hand and pulled me up, I met them randomly, not looking out to meet them, not um, didn't plan or set out in my day to meet them. And then somehow I'm in a space, somebody introduces us. Oh, do you know Kemi? Do you know? Oh, hello, and that's it. So
Mm.
meeting people is more divine than you really orchestrating it. People
Yeah.
orchestrate it, and that's why people use words like "fake it till you make it." Because continue to position yourself in a certain way and you
Yeah.
attract people, and then one day you now attract the MD of one bank or something
Mm.
something, something. But even that is first. It's easier for you to just live your life in a way where you're just generally friendly, open-minded. You meet people, you categorize them. God leads you to the people who would help you, to the people who will support your career, your ministry, whatever it is that you're doing. The only thing is when they come into your space, having practiced being friendly and being receptive to people, you are able to maintain a relationship. I'm always the first person when I meet people to say, oh, when are we hanging out? When are we chilling? When are we going out? When are we doing something together? I'm always the first to put that out because I also want to know the kind of person you are, right?
Yeah. Hmm. So this is
Not
people
too much.
101. This is people one. This is a lot. I'm very sure that people that can relate to this question, you've answered, you've covered everything from the fact that you have to serve because it's one thing to now meet people and know what to do when you meet people. So I think that part of service and not being the, will I call it, leech, you want to take. I think that's another reason why people don't even last when it has to do with relationship,
Yes.
because that icks people of like, "Ah, we just met, why do you want to take from me?" And that will lead me to my next question. Now, I see that you are, well, recently since I started following you, I noticed that you consciously put what you do on social media. Now, for people that in this category that they've not even started meeting people, so I know that social media is off for them. Does social media equals visibility? Say you want to build a brand, you want to build a business, does it equal visibility? Or most of your clients, is it just because of the fact that you are meeting people and people are opening doors for you and all of that? Or do you still use social media to close clients?
So the truth is, we'll be lying to ourselves nowadays if you think social media is not powerful for visibility. Although I can tell you 90% of my clients don't come from social media because of the nature of what I do. Social media is not enough. It's hard for somebody to just see you on social media in my industry. Maybe for
Yeah.
catering, but in media, somebody will give you 30 million, 35 million to come and shoot an ad just because they saw you on social media. That will have to be divine,
Hmm.
right? But when somebody recommends you, the first CV you have nowadays is your social media.
Hmm.
So I tell people that don't treat social media as a sales funnel. No, treat social media as a CV.
Hmm.
So when
Hmm.
I recommend you to somebody, the first thing the person is doing is going on social media to check you. So when they
Hmm.
check you, what will they find? That should be especially if you don't like social media. Let me tell you another truth. I know that Rita will fight me and say it's not true. I, I don't like social media. Will you believe it?
You don't
If
like
I,
social media. You
I
all
do
should go and
not,
check out Kemi Irinoye on
I do not.
Instagram
If I
and
have
compare
my
to what she's
way,
saying.
you know how much effort it takes for me to do one post on social media. One post. You need to see the people. You see all the videos that people see, and they'll be like, ah, can you go? You need to ask the people that make those videos with me. I'm always a pain in their ass
Wow.
because I'll be whining, I'll be complaining. Oh God, when we finish like this? But I know that I have to do it. Remember what we were saying before the session started? When I was saying I'm a consultant, that the choleric part of me is what pushes me to do things, even when I don't feel like doing it. But I already know that this thing is important. It is critical. If you hear my name, as I am here now, anybody that is here that does not know me, the first thing you will do after this session is you go on social media and check me out.
Hmm.
So when you now go, what will you find?
Hmm.
A
Wow.
lot of us, or let me say some of us, we have content. But see, before people will see the content, they will first of all see the container.
Hmm.
Mm, me, I'm a
Hmm.
Yoruba girl. Yoruba will say, èèyàn ló Ọlọ́run ló ń wonú, ènìyàn ń wojú, Ọlọ́run wo ọkàn.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. When you want to buy some products on the shelf, even if it's a known brand to you, if the container is looking somehow, you'll be like, who knows since when they've had this one? I don't want it. That is what happens to us nowadays.
Hmm.
People, your container has now become your social media, your WhatsApp status, Instagram, Facebook, whichever one you want to use. So don't even treat it from the perspective of, oh, customer must come, because that's what gave some people fatigue and made them lose interest. Oh, I'm
Hmm.
posting, posting, posting. Nobody is
Nobody's
asking
buying
me.
it.
Nobody is
Yeah.
patronizing me. Nobody is buying. But I decided, I think it was 2020, that I decided that I'm going to treat my social media. No, 2021. I said I was going to treat my social media as my archive, just a place where I'm putting the things that I'm doing. So that if you want to know about me, my capacity, what I can do, things I've done before, just go to my social media page and you'll find it.
Hmm.
So I'm not doing it for followers. When people were buying followers, and they're like, ah, Kemi, your followers should be. Mm-mm. Currently, I have 10,100 people that found me interesting or worthy enough for them to follow. I'm not going to
Hmm.
buy followers because I'm not looking to I'm not desperate. That's
Exactly.
the word. I'm not desperate. And I've removed myself from anything that can make me desperate. So even in the era where people were creating fake content, like, oh, you're not doing anything, just act like you are doing it, fake it. I don't do it because it's my CV. Do you need to stress over your CV? Your CV
Hmm.
is things that you have done that you are
Ex-
putting together and presenting to somebody. So if you've genuinely done things, you don't need to fake it.
Hmm.
So we cannot say that we want to push our brand, push, and your brand does not necessarily mean you're a business person. For some people, we are the brand.
Yes.
When I
Yes.
decided that Kemi Irinoye, for years, the brand I was, Care Catering's Care Catering was my brand. So I didn't even have an Instagram page. But a time came and I said, you know what? I want to start building Kemi Irinoye, the brand.
Hmm.
So that is me as an individual, but building it as a brand. So you can be building your portfolio as an individual. But let me tell you, when anybody hears your name, hears about anything that you do, the first place they go to check is your social media. So you need to be intentional about it. I am sorry, it's such a burden. I'm sorry, it is annoying. It is extra stress of all the things that we need to do in this life. They now added social media to it again. As
I'm telling
how?
you.
Only us. Day. God. That is the reality. That is where we are living in now. That is what we are faced with. So if you are going to exist in life and you want people to know you, know what you're capable of, you need to be intentional about putting yourself out there on social media. Not because you want a direct sales, but because you are building a portfolio over a period of time. And let me also use this time to mention that the internet never forgets. Don't ever make
Yes.
the mistake of writing something out of emotions, out of
Hmm.
the heat of the moment.
Hmm.
Identify who you want to become. I believe that we've spent the last 3 days identifying the kind
Yeah.
of woman that you want to become, and let your page consistently reflect that. There are things I see on social media that I have an opinion about. It will
But
even
you
be
just
itching me in my body that,
quiet.
how I wish I can comment. But the internet does not forget. There
Mm-hmm.
are trends that I've seen that, sometimes I'll even do the video, but they live in my gallery because they are completely against the kind of woman that I want to be or that I'm
Hmm.
aiming to become. So you
Hmm.
need to be definitive. Life is about intentionality. You
Hmm.
can't just post through life.
Hmm.
So even the people I follow on social media, I'm intentional so that my feed, either I pick my phone in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, is filled with the kind of things that I need for me to function optimally as the
Hmm.
kind of woman that I'm hoping to become. So intentionally, I follow some pages on social media just because of that. So
Hmm.
please don't do anything, don't post anything that 1 year or 2 years down the line, you'll be like, why did I say this? So even when they are bashing Nigeria and bashing politicians and bashing the government, I will not lie to you, I have my reservations. But you won't find me talking about it. And I'm not hypocritical. There are
Yes.
situations that I have voiced out as well to say, oh, you know what, we need to speak. But what if tomorrow they now want to appoint you as minister for something, something? Do
You
you know
now
that
remember that you once said,
you know, right, that you make more changes from within? So they
yeah.
now want to appoint you as a commissioner or as a minister or as a something something. And then they now see one post where you have said, fuck shit. This
Mm.
Nigeria is something something. When really you could have communicated whatever hurt you were feeling at that time without being that vulgar.
Hmm. Wow, you are really doing justice to all of these questions, and I'm taking my time to munch and chew. But I think there's another question that is on my mind, and that's it's still about people relation. How that you found yourself in a sphere that you meet different caliber of people, different kind of people, and I also know you to be a very spiritual person. And some of these people you meet, I know from a distance that the spiritual level is probably zero. Maybe they've not smelled church in a very long time.
Yeah.
How do you manage these people without it affecting your stand spiritually, without affecting your spiritual life? I'm asking this question because there are some people that probably they want to enter into that sphere or some spaces, maybe media, it could be modeling, it could be anywhere that it's kind of tricky as a Christian.
Yeah.
How do you handle it? Because you
Okay.
mentioned that you still got a job recently with Trophy Lager Beer. How are you able to, manage it?
Yeah. Thank you. So I have a conference in April. It's called the Christian Entrepreneur. And this year's edition is dedicated to Christian creatives, people in the entertainment industry. Either, any of the things that you've talked about, you are in media, you are in anything creative.
Mm,
And one of the major things that I intend to address in that conference is what you have raised, because it's such a challenge for church folks. Not even just managing people. The church has lost people to the world
yes,
through measures like this.
yes.
Oh, this person is such a great singer in church, and then one record label will sign them, and then before you know it, they go from the same person that was singing and raising hands up, start smoking and doing all sorts. So
Mhm.
it really is a thing, right? But different things have worked for me over the years. But one anchor scripture that has stood with me, or that is always with me, is that we are with them, but we are not of them.
Hmm.
So no matter where I am, part time, I remind myself repeatedly that all of us are just here. Oh. We are not cut out from the same place.
Hmm.
Mm. Let's not mix it up. But I am an apostle of God in the marketplace. The
Yes.
marketplace is where we all come to, regardless of your faith or whatever it is. It is a marketplace. You
Hmm.
even see a madman in the marketplace. Think of the normal
True.
marketplace that we go
True.
to. So anybody is allowed in the marketplace. But what happens when I go back home? What happens behind closed doors? What happens when nobody else is
Hmm.
looking at me?
Hmm.
Those are the things that really defines us. See, what breaks a Christian is not that you worked for an alcohol brand.
Mhm.
In fact, I am of the opinion that it's not that you consumed alcohol,
Hmm.
because the Bible is not against alcohol. The
True.
Bible is against excessive consumption of alcohol. So the real problem is what happens behind closed doors. So let's talk about what happens behind closed doors. See,
Hmm.
first of all, you cannot be in the marketplace as a strong believer and succeed and still maintain your faith, even if you were not in the entertainment industry now. You know that, just like you said, it's easy for you to see some people in the entertainment industry and you can be like, we know that this one does not know God.
Yes.
Doctors who don't know God. There are engineers who don't know God.
Mm-hmm.
There are quantities of yours that are burying people
Hmm.
alive on their
Hmm.
construction sites. Who is talking
Hmm.
about that?
Hmm.
Entertainment is just for this face. That's why it's quick for us to. So when you set out of your house in the morning and you're in the marketplace, if you are not bowing to something, you will end up bowing to the other thing.
Hmm.
So if you're not bowing to God, If God is not the one leading your life, if you've not gotten to the point where you say, you know what, if God does not do this thing, I don't want, you
Mm.
will end up compromising your standard. You either stand for God or you fall for anything.
Mm.
Because they will package even the devil to you. The devil will begin to look like your next door neighbor.
Mm.
You start being like, and it's not really bad though.
Ah.
Yeah, it's
Hmm.
just how we look at these things. God is a
Hmm.
message. You will start justifying the wrong because you're not standing for anything.
Hmm.
So one of the places to actually be able to keep your faith, even if you're not in an industry as volatile when it comes to, being susceptible to sin as my industry, is for you to first of all be disciplined. I
Hmm.
think that's the crux, that's the foundation that I will build anything else that I want to say on. See, even
Hmm.
before I became this very strong believer, I remember being a young wife. And somebody was literally telling my husband, then all I was doing was catering. I have not even entered into movie. And the person was telling my husband that he does not understand why my husband will allow me, that your wife that is fine like this, you're allowing her to do catering. She will go for events and people will be toasting her. You can see that person's mindset. You can see that
Hmm.
person's mentality. There are people just be toasting her up and down. She's so exposed to men. That was what that person was saying. Now, if I tell you that my marriage is 10 years this year, it was never a problem. Yeah, thank you. It was never my husband we didn't even get back home. You know that there are men that they will say that kind of thing to, and you will start thinking, who is
Yeah.
calling you? Who are you talking to? Who is
Hmm.
blah blah blah?
Exactly.
But it wasn't even a conversation for two reasons. Number one, the kind of person God blessed me with. But also,
Hmm.
what has been the journey before that time that that person made that comment?
Hmm.
Discipline is key if you will get anything out of life.
Hmm.
If you are not able to know the things you want to say yes to and know the things you want to say no to, then even the things you intend to say no to, you will just find yourself in the midst of it. Like, how did I get here? How did this happen?
Hmm.
Why did they drug people and people end up in somebody's house, stuck naked on their bed? It's because in the first place, and I say this with every sense of um, responsibility. I'm not dissing people who are falling victim of this. I
Hmm.
am not. Because even the smartest of us can fall victims.
Yes.
But also, we will ward off a number of things if indeed we've decided, what am I going to do exactly? Who
Hmm.
are the kind of men that I'm going to relate with? What are the kind of
Hmm.
friends that I'm going to have? What are the kind of people I'm going to allow into my inner space?
Hmm.
These things go a long way. So I can be with you, and we are talking, and I will even argue and greet you. But Ibe look Parisi, I don't, sorry, I'm a Yoruba girl, so my Yoruba is always coming out. He ends there. He ends there. You don't come to my home. I don't
Hmm.
call you the next morning gisting with you. That's
Hmm.
what are we saying?
Hmm.
We have come, we came to work, we'll do the work, and we'll leave.
Hmm.
You are my colleague. We are colleagues. Ishelo Pawakpo. It is work that brought us together. Once the work finishes, I am severing that relationship. The relationship is
Hmm.
ending. I will greet
Hmm.
you very nicely. Oh. I will even
Hmm.
send you a message the next day to say, oh, it was so nice working with you. Looking forward to doing this with you again another time. That's the end. Why should I continue to have a conversation with you? Why should I continue to, relate with you? Yorubas will say, "Nkan tó ní jẹ má fi run mú."
Yes.
That's what it
Yes.
means. Don't put yourself in. So there are certain parties. I don't go for parties in my industry. I don't go for. If me too, I'm doing party, don't come. It's okay.
Hmm.
That's the truth. So when people are like, I want Kiniko, I know you talk to Kiniko. I'm like, if only you know that all we do is talk. We're not
Hmm.
close. Now, to begin to break it down, I've laid the foundation. So what do I do? Typically, explaining it. First of all, see, there has to be an overload of the word of God in you. And I'm not trying to sound churchy.
Ah, it's
I
just
don't
true.
go out for any. I've been on production set for 1 month. I've been on production set for 2 months. If you don't have a personal relationship with God, what will sustain you? No pastor was
Mm,
seeing me. My husband was not seeing me. My
mm,
sisters were not seeing me. I can do and undo. But when
mm,
you already have an abundance of the word inside of you, so I tell people, even when I face temptations, I don't want to give in, not because of any human being that will come and reprimand me. It is my covenant with God. What I am afraid of, what I am so concerned about is this person now. No, you are just a human being. If I compromise because I want to know you or because I want to have a relationship with you, how much can you help me? You cannot help me beyond the capacity of you as a person. Whatever capacity that capacity is. You have 3.5 million followers. That's the best you can do for me. You
mm,
can't do more than that.
mm,
But people exist in this earth on that same Instagram that have 105 million followers. And God is the only one that can connect me with them. So will I
mm,
now trade 105 million? Think about it. Does it make mathematical sense for me to trade 105 million followers for 3.5 million followers? It
mm,
doesn't. Or, oh, you own this business or you are the head of this company. And then I lose this standing with God. I'm talking from the innermost part of my heart. Those are the things that are like breaks that help me. I'll think about it that, okay, this person, you are this high ranking person, you are this and this, but you cannot give me more than your connect now. Even if you are the governor of the
mm,
state, the best you hire is
mm.
the governor of one out of 36 states in
Exactly.
Nigeria.
Mm,
If you are the
mm,
president of the country, the best you hire is the president of one country out of how
mm,
many countries in Africa? So when you think about things from that perspective, it brings people down. It
mm.
humbles people before you. You think about it that at the long run, it's still God that all of us will run to. So don't let
Yes.
me be.
Mm,
So when I'm living for sets, when I'm going out, I ensure that I pray. I listen to messages. Sometimes I won't finish it. Even when I'm on set, I wake up in the morning, I pray, I play a message. It could be just from my hotel to the set. It could be a 15-minute drive. But I'm either listening to gospel music or I'm playing a message.
mm.
It's me intentionally trying to recondition my mind. Because you know what? By the time I get to set and we come down, it is humble, humble that all of us are shouting till
Exactly.
9 p.m. or 12 a.m. in the morning.
Mm,
I might forget that indeed there's a spiritual part of me, okay? So I will need to recalibrate and
mm,
rewire my mind that, see, it is still God. And
mm,
then when I get back, God has blessed me with people. Oh, God has blessed me. God has blessed me. One of the things that I do the moment I come back from all of that is, trying to detox. If I see something, I'm sharing it with my sister, or I'm sharing it with my husband, or I'm sharing it with my brother. If,
mm.
something, oh, maybe I saw one man and I'm like, this guy is fine. No, I'm quickly saying it. See, the power of sin is in the secrecy.
Yes.
So as I'm saying it, somebody is resetting my mind that, are you okay? It's in the secrecy. So I have
Ah.
to help me detox. And one of the things that has kept me grounded, I am not that perfect. I also have to say this bit. One of the things that has kept me grounded is that there is love at home. Please, if you're
Ah.
single, marry well. Marry well. It is difficult for you to fight the demons in the workplace when there is no love at home.
Yes.
The devil does not show up with horns and red clothes and black clothes like they told us in Mount Zion film. No, he shows up in a tall, dark, and handsome guy that will sit down with you at lunch and listen to you the way your husband cannot.
Mm.
You just be saying all the right things and you'll be thinking, Sean Rumble boy is seeming me. Get thee behind me, devil. But he's right in front of you and he's going nowhere. Why do
Oh,
you think the
good.
Bible says we should flee?
Yes.
It's because he knows that that devil knows how to sit down and buy lunch and be that office body and be that listening here. I have
Mm,
been there. I can tell you for
mm,
a fact.
mm,
But you see, one of the things that helps me get by is that I would think that, shey, this one that only likes this fine looking, put together version of Kemi. Have you seen
mm,
the Kemi that was throwing up? Have
mm.
you seen the Kemi wallowing in pain? Would you really still want to have sex with me if you see me in my lowest point? But God has blessed me with somebody that has seen me as low can get
Viewpoint.
and still
Yeah.
loves me. If I don't have that person, see, nature's above vacuum.
Mm.
If there is that emptiness, you will fill it with the wrong thing.
Yes.
But if it is full from home, it is hard for anybody. It's just like, imagine a drum that is full to the brim.
Mm.
Do you know how much effort it will take for you to add anything to that drum?
Hmm.
Even if you want to add color to that drum, do you know how much color you will need to pour and pour and pour and keep pouring? So I'm sure if you drop one or two drops, which is like, oh, maybe you chatted with that wrong person, one drop. But the moment you left, you closed the lid back. You are now back to your senses. You got home and your conscience is like, you know that this thing is wrong. And see,
Hmm.
one of the ways to cut off anything, sorry, one of the ways to stop anything rather is to cut off the source.
Yes.
If you are engaged in a relationship that you don't want anymore, you know in your heart that you don't want, but you're like, I don't know how to end it. Cut off the source. How is the person reaching you? He's calling you on phone, block him. How is the person reaching you? He's reaching you on Instagram, block him. So the moment you cut off the source, you stop giving
Hmm.
that thing attention, it will stop going. Your
Hmm.
affections for that person will stop. The moment that person does not have the opportunity to send you shawarma, send you small chops, send you juice, send you message in the morning, oh, you are walking all over my heart, I'm blocking. The moment the source is cut off, those are the tough decisions that we don't take as women. A lot of
Yeah.
us feel very comfortable that, oh, this person is daunting over me. It sounds cute, but it is one step away from, let me use the language we use now, osumo infidelity. Ojina
Ah,
si faithfulness.
obviously. True.
But there have been times and moments that my husband was my reset button.
Hmm.
So you must have love at home if you will be a disciplined, successful
Hmm.
apostle of God in the marketplace, and you're a woman. I don't know about men, I cannot speak for them. But women, we are faced with temptations. So ensure you marry right. When you now marry right, ensure that you two, you fix issues at home, because no matter how much, see this man that I just spoke to you about now, it's not that we don't have our issues, but we try
True.
not to make it linger. Sometimes I apologize, sometimes he apologizes, we fix our problem, we move on, so that we are not leaving room for, contamination here and there. Remember the coloring I said, one drop, community effect. But by the time you now start dropping, forget how big that drum of water is, it will eventually be decolorized too.
Hmm.
And that is how I am able to manage the marketplace.
Hmm.
I step out loaded as much as I can. So that's why I don't joke with church. I don't joke with some spiritual activities, because I know that I need it. There are times when I go to church and my word of reasoning, in fact, I've gotten a word of reasoning. I was not in church. They preached the sermon and I listened to the sermon. And my word of reasoning came.
Hmm.
That you know that there are some values that you held up before and now you are beginning to trace it. I'm like, hey, Jesus, God saw me
Hmm.
through. And it was a reset button. And the word of God is all over the place now. So you
Yeah.
can't say that there is lack of the word of God. Even if you don't want to sit with the Bible and open it, listen to messages. Just have an abundance of the word. Let it be there. And then when I go out, I know and understand that I don't want to judge people. I don't want to judge your way of life. Whatever it is that you are taking is you, is your body, is you and God. I'll do what I can if I can. If I don't even feel like I'm not the kind of person that I go to work and I'm evangelizing. I will not lie to you. The people that I can talk to, I talk to them. If I cannot talk to you, I commit you to the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ to minister to you. But when I also come back, I ensure that I make it a point of duty to connect and to stay connected and to continue to reconnect. So that keeps me grounded. It keeps me steady. He keeps my faith. And
mm,
as long as God is such a God that you cannot outdo him, that is another
mm,
testimony that I have to share. You can't outdo God. So if you
mm,
say, God, it is me and you on this journey, my sis, you can't outdo God.
mm,
So for every time you sacrifice that thing for God, he will show up to back you up. It's not
mm,
compensation. If it is still compensation, you are still at the surface level. When you get
mm,
deep with God, he will back you up.
mm,
Why do you think things will work? Okay, I've come here today now and I've encouraged you. If God did not do those wonders in my life, how can I have the boldness to come and tell you that if
mm.
you choose God? So God wants us to go out and brag about him. He wants
Yeah.
us to stand on altars and say, see, I can tell, don't look far, just look at me. If you're
Mm,
looking for evidence of the fact that God will not fail you, look at me. So he won't fail you. Most times when we end up with failure, it's because we fail. We are the ones who let go. He didn't.
mm,
So if you would stay believing, if you will stay connected, go out there, don't judge anybody.
mm,
Do your work, do whatever it is you need to do. But you must know where to draw the line. You cannot start doing some things with these people and then you say maybe it's because you want to convert them, or oh, we said we should be free with everybody, and then you start smoking weed. From weed you go to Colorado, from Colorado, how will you know? You will end up being contaminated, isn't
mm,
everything? I hope
mm.
you answered the question.
Ah, you said you hope. You over answered. This is the whole syllabus. No, seriously. Ah, God, see, left to me, eh? I'll just keep going and going and going because you are really, see, somebody say it's truly a clarity session. You're answering questions. You are even going beyond the questions that I'm asking. And to be honest, this is whew, it's a redefining moment for most of us that are listening, and I'm really grateful. I don't know, do we still have time? Can I ask one more question
Oh
before
yes,
we?
yes, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay,
You have
okay.
it. Yeah.
All right, and I think this is where I want us to wrap it up. I want you to let us on how you manage your. You say you're 10 years in marriage this year. I know how busy your schedule can be. I know how that you can stay away from home for a very long time. How do you manage to bridge that gap with your family, not just even your husband? You have a son. How do you manage to bridge that gap, that space is not, that vacuum is not there, that space is not really felt? I think this is where we should wrap it up. And because I really want to find, a balance for that as well.
Yeah, so first of all, I approach, and I'm not trying to scare anybody, but you must understand that marriage, motherhood is responsibility.
It is.
It's a lot of work. It is not, don't even expect it to be easy. Because I've heard people say things like, I don't know, it's so hard. It's so, yes, I felt like that too at a certain point in my life. But if you approach it from the perspective that you know that it is not an easy task, it's a huge responsibility. Bringing a human being to this life is a huge responsibility. Nobody begged you to come. Yeah, I'm always
Hmm.
saying that thing. The child was JJ in heaven. It is you
Hmm.
that decided that you want to have a child. So you need to understand that you have to be responsible for the human being that you bring to this earth. And being responsible means making tough decisions,
Yes.
making huge sacrifices, and doing things that will be thankless. Let me also use this opportunity to say that, especially in my culture, people raise children with the mindset that when they grow, they would take care of you. That's not right. That's culture. It is not the order of God. A parent should always be a parent. Remember, the
Yeah.
Bible says that a good woman leave inheritance.
For their
He still
children.
added S. He didn't even say inheritance. He added
Hmm.
S behind it. Not even for our children, but our children's children.
Grandchildren. Yeah.
So imagine the kind of demand that God has placed on us as parents. And it's the same way even in marriage. I have come to realize that a marriage doesn't work because one person wants it to work. It will never work.
Mm.
No matter how much the man wants it to work, if the woman does not want it to work, it won't work. No matter how much you want it to work as a woman, if the man is not meeting you with the same energy, it won't work.
Mm.
So marriage is pretty much two legs on the pedal of a bicycle.
Mm.
If both of them are not in sync, is it synchronization or in synchrony?
Mm.
The bicycle is not going to go forward. And without putting your legs on the ground, if you ride a bicycle, you know that it's almost impossible for you to stay at a
Yeah.
point on the bicycle and your leg is not on the ground and you will not fall. And that's what
Yes.
happens to most people. Somebody was still asking me a few days ago that how do people go from I love you, I can't do without you, to
To
God
divorce.
punish you, may you suffer, your generation and your generation's generation. And you know, it's a very
Mm.
valid point. But for me, I would say that while I have measures that I put in place to make my marriage successful or to make, you know, my journey so far as a mother successful, God also helped me, or I helped myself. I married you. I married my friend. I didn't marry for money. I didn't marry, whoever looked cool.
Mm.
I didn't marry the person that appeared like the man about town or the next big thing. I married my friend, and that plays out in our day to day life, in the banters that happen at home, in the fact that when something happens, is the first person I'm thinking of gisting about it, in how he tolerates me when I'm irritable, and you're in the middle of a conversation, and I'm saying, you know what, I don't feel like talking again. So it's not just me that is making it work, right? That's what I'm trying to say. And I'm saying that because of the single people here. One of the things that will make or mar you as a woman is who you marry. It will make or mar you. So please, no matter how long it is better you marry at 40 or 45 or 50 and you marry well than for you to marry at 20 and it doesn't last 5 years, right? So we've established that part. But as an
Your
individual, a
network
working
is
mom, a working
breaking.
wife,
Your
oh
network
my,
started breaking.
okay, is it better now? Is it better? Can you hear me? Can you
Hello,
hear me
can you
now?
hear me?
Me, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
It's breaking. Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. So I said, having established that who you marry is important because you
Oh,
see all these things that I want to say.
it's still
If you don't marry the
breaking.
right
It's still
person,
breaking.
it will not work. Oh, is it back now? Is it back?
Yes, it's back now.
Okay. So I was saying that all these things that
Oh,
I'm saying,
no, network. Can you hear me now?
yes, I can. Can you hear
Okay,
me?
okay, yes, we can hear you.
So I was saying that whatever it is that I want to say, that I said is the foundation, right?
Mm,
Because I can tell you all these things and you can try all these things and it will not work out if you are not with the right
true,
man.
true.
So that's why I had to first of all establish the reason why you need a good man in your life. Because when you have a good man, like 50% of your problem is solved. You will have frictions or you will have your issues, no doubt. But you'll be able to always come back to the drawing board or come back to the table and resolve it because it too is a good man.
Hmm.
So even when you fight and you're not talking to each other, as you are reminiscing and ruminating on it and you're thinking, Kemi, you were impatient, you lashed out, you talked too fast, you did not allow him talk. It will be thinking that, oh, in this place, I was not sensitive. I didn't pay her enough attention. So by the time both parties are coming back to the table, nobody is coming to come and play God or to come and
Mm,
play saint or to come and
mm,
play like, oh, I'm playing to win. That is what
mm.
ruined a lot of marriages. I tell people that there's no winning in marriage. It is not me
Yeah.
against you. It is me and you against the world. So I'm not
Hmm.
arguing with you because I want to win. No. I'm arguing with you because I need you to get where I'm coming from. So your perspective changes. But what are the measures that I put in place on a day-to-day basis to help me balance that particular part of my life? First is that I know that there is no how I will have to sacrifice something.
Yes.
So I have like an order of priority. God, my immediate family, my business, my extended family,
Mm.
commitments that I have, JCI, my foundation, and all of that. Then before we now start going to friends.
Mm.
And what that does for me is when I'm faced with anything in a given day, or I need to make a decision, or I need to make a plan, it takes that hierarchy.
Mm.
So God torpedoes even my family. So if I need
Mhm.
to go to church and my family does not feel like going to church, my son does not want to go to church, my son, I will go.
Mm.
Because in heaven, there's no husband
There's
and
no
wife. There's
family.
no family.
Everybody stands.
So don't let your own disturb my own. If the Holy Spirit tells me, oh, Kemi, observe 3 days fasting and prayer. If in my house they want to be eating chicken and eating rice, they'll be eating it. I'll be doing my fast.
Mm.
My family tops business. So if I need to show up for my son or show up for my husband, I will drop everything to show up.
Wow.
They rarely demand that from me, but that is a decision that I've made in life. That
Mm.
if I have to lose money to show up for my son, if I have to lose money to show up for my husband, I will do it.
Mm.
And I will do it without apologizing. I will do it without regretting it. Yes, it might pain me that, how I wish. But God even helped me. I don't have, they don't make those kind of demands. They
Demands.
are
Yeah.
healthy. It's not like they're in the hospital and I have to go and sit down with them or something like that. But after them, then comes my business. So imagine if you, as my friend, see the number where friend is now. You're now
Mm-hmm.
inviting me for over. I will
Mm.
only come when those other things are not in the pipeline.
Wow.
Yes. What it means sometimes is loneliness.
Mm.
People don't believe that I get lonely, but I do get lonely.
Mm.
But it's the sacrifice that my son will not always be with me. When
Yeah.
last did I go to my parents' house? So now
Mm.
that you want to hug mommy, and you don't want me to take all the hug. Is it
Mm.
when he's 25 and I'll be calling him and begging him to come home for Christmas?
Mm.
So it is now that we can make the memories. It's now
Mm.
that we can cuddle. It's now that we can. So my job already puts me out there, takes me out there. So
Yeah.
when I am home, I want to be home. I'm not going for somebody's owambe or your mother's father's burial.
Mm.
Not that I don't show up for my friends. So
You
I do,
do. We see
but
that you do.
it will not be conflicting with any family obligation.
Mm.
If it is conflicting with it, I am sorry, you will not see me.
Mm.
Or there are JCI meetings that I did not. So for people who don't know, JCI is a non-governmental organization. There are meetings that I did not go for because my husband is in town and
Mm.
I want to stay with him. He also needs
Mm.
to be sure that I am investing time.
Mm.
I already have a job that takes me out of the house 10 days, 15 days. So when I'm now around again, I will now still say it's one JCI I'm going to. I'm sorry. Oh.
Mm.
And just says no. Another thing I also do is that when I'm present in a place, you will know I'm present. I don't do
Yes.
outfits. When
Yes.
I'm around in church, it's me that will be chatting our admin to say, please put me on duty. I am now
Mm.
around. You will
Mm.
see me active. So that the days when
Mm-hmm.
I am not around, you will know that it's because Kemi cannot be around,
Mm.
not because Kemi just doesn't care. It's the
Mm.
same thing that I do with my family. I am intentional about creating time when I am home. Oh,
Mm.
let's see a movie. Oh, let's go out. Last weekend we went out because throughout December we couldn't go out. We couldn't do anything. And they will not complain. Even on Christmas Day, we went to printer's house to go and pack printing things. You can imagine. On New Year, I was reading scripts because production was starting 7 days after.
Mm.
So now that production is over and all of that, why should I not give them my undivided attention?
Sure.
Sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes my son wants to gist with me and I don't feel like talking.
Mm.
But I would create that listening here. When I'm not home, I call him every night.
Mm.
and we would gist. How was school? How was something something? In fact, there was a day recently when I was on set. I said, they're about to call action. I can't be on the phone when they are calling action. He said, okay, let's chat. I said, hey, God. We chatted. I was not responding properly. He called me. You're not responding on time. I said, I cannot pick calls. Don't you understand? But
Wow.
I stayed on the phone. So he knows that it matters. See, people will see your intentionality.
Hmm.
What made the word career woman come up was because he appeared to those women's family like they liked their job more than they liked their family.
Yes. Yes.
I love my job. I love the things that I do. But I also don't hide the fact that I love my son or I love my husband. I
Hmm.
show it.
Hmm.
Yes, I'm not always sufficient. And that's why I said marry a good person. Because it's not every time that I am present. It's not every time that I am mindful. It's not every time that I show up. But in the times when I show up, it counts for something. I am the kind of person that I'm thinking, oh, my husband doesn't care about his birthday. He's not, doesn't have wala. As I said, I also married right. He doesn't have anything to do. He doesn't.
Oh,
But I am the one who make an effort. On Valentine's Day, I've been planning his Valentine gifts since this year started. I will not say I don't have money or I'm broke. Women, let's stop doing that smelly thing.
so annoying.
Even if the gift is 5,000 naira, buy
Hmm.
something. It just shows that you're thinking about him.
Hmm.
Send messages at random, appreciating him. People
Hmm.
think about you. Don't you feel good when people appreciate you?
Hmm.
So there are times when I'll tell my husband, if not for you, Korede, come and say hello. If not for
Ah.
you, but
Somebody
and I need
already
to
said
give him.
this. Hi, good
When I'm
evening.
doing things, I explain to my son. I don't say, hey, you don't know this, just get out. Just I will explain why my son already knew from age 3 why he couldn't talk at certain times when I'm in front of the laptop. From age
Hmm.
3, I'll sit him down to say, you know what, I'm about to have a meeting. In this meeting, I called him to come and say hello because his bedtime is 9. And I know that he probably wants to go. He wants to go to bed.
Oh
But
my
we've not
God.
done our ritual. So we have rituals that I came up with.
Wow. Wow.
Yes. I hug him every night. We have a song we sing to each other. So even when he travels and he goes to maybe my mom or my mom-in-law's place, he will still call, we'll sing those songs over the phone. It is memory.
Wow.
Yes. There are times when we just sit down and I watch his boring cartoon. I hope he does not hear me. I watch his boring. I don't feel like watching the cartoon. I'm not interested. But it
Hmm.
means so much to him.
Yeah.
I take interest. I know his friends in school.
Wow.
I listen. When he
Hmm.
enters a new class, I will go, I make it a point of duty to go and meet the teacher. And I'll get the teacher's number. And I'll tell the teacher, you are my co-laborer over him.
Hmm.
I'm not coming to meet you to come and prove I'm the one paying your salary. No, if there's anything Corridor is doing in school that you don't like, please, this is my number. You can always talk to me.
Hmm.
And I'm always receptive. You know that as a mother, it's not easy when people are complaining about your child. You won't like it.
Yes, exactly.
To be receptive because if I fix it, it makes him a better person.
Yes. Wow.
And there are
Wow.
parenting lessons that I had to pick, things that I had to learn so that I can parent him better.
Hmm.
Those are intentional things that I do. I'm lucky. My husband is not big on food. If you give him food, if you don't give him food, he can cook himself. He can go out and buy. He doesn't want to sweat. So one of the things I also had to do was learn. Let me say this. Sorry that I'm taking time, but let me say this.
No, please go ahead. I'm even the one thinking I'm taking your time.
Okay. When we first got married, my idea of how to take care of my husband and his own need were different. I was
Hmm.
raised in a home where my dad loved, if I still want my dad to smile today, I'll get into the car and I'll get home and I'll say, Daddy, I came home to come and cook this meal for you. He will be
Wow.
so happy. So
Wow.
when I got married, when I want to take care of my husband, my thought is, cook for him.
Hmm.
And then he comes home and the food will just be on the table. He's not eating it. I'm like, I don't understand. Food that I spent the last 4 hours in the kitchen cooking for you, blah, 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 blah. And then next thing, it will go all cold on you. And we started having issues until I understood that his own need is peace. He's letting him just be.
Live. Hmm.
It is not disturbing him. And I'm like, okay. It is that I can pack, see all of you on this call today. I can pack you people to my house in the next 30 minutes, and my husband will open the gate for you. He can even leave the bed as long as it is his wife that brought them to the house. He believes that, for Kemi to bring you, you must be a good person.
Hmm.
But the problem is now when I now ask him to sit down and start chatting with you. And I used to do that because that was how I grew up. If somebody comes to visit my mom, my dad would sit down with the person, they would just, that's not that. You can be in the house, you people can even be shouting, as long as you don't burn down the house, he does not have a problem. But he
Hmm.
wants to be in one room, in his corner, doing his thing. I had to learn that. Why am I saying that? Women, we are quick to love based on how we want to be
Hmm.
loved or on
Yes.
our perception of what love is. You must understand love from your spouse perspective and love him that way.
Wow. Wow.
So I had to reorientate myself to say, oh, you know what? There was a time I was fighting him that people in JCI, they don't even know I have husband. And he will say, I don't understand. Is it them? Okay, if they know that you have husband, what's now the point? I've been in
Hmm.
that organization for more than 15 years. My husband has only been to, and we meet every month. So I'm giving people who don't know JCI context. We meet every month. My husband has only been to JCI once, just once. And that was when I was becoming president. And I fought him for like 3 months before he showed up. But
Wow.
there is no JCI gist that he does not know because I will tell him, what do you
Hmm.
think I should do? This person did that. But don't drag him to say, oh, or you are now telling him we must wear the same color of clothes. You must dress in this same way. So eliminate the burdens, right? Love the
Hmm.
person how they want to be loved. Show
Hmm.
care. Nobody sees your heart. It is what you say out of your mouth that we know. And you have to be intentional. If you're intentional about your business or about your career, then you must be intentional about your spouse that
Hmm.
way. No matter how long the marriage gets, you must continue to prove to your spouse that you are committed. And then, see, women, let's also be the kind of woman that your husband can be vulnerable with. Do you know that some of us, our
Hmm.
husband cannot tell us some things? Because where he is going is actually A to F. But the
Hmm.
moment he gets to B, you are already throwing tantrums. What? How dare you? Or some women, the moment you know that your husband collected money yesterday, you start making demands. You start
Hmm.
asking, how will that person be? It's not possible.
Hmm.
Will you be friends with somebody that is stressing you? It's not
Hmm.
possible.
Hmm.
So it has to be, there has to be a balance. There has to
Yeah.
be a middle ground. One of the things that causes stress for us is because we compare. Oh, this person's husband is doing this. Are you
Hmm.
married to that person's husband?
Husband.
Face your own. Learn about your own. Learn the things that your own likes. Learn the
Hmm.
things that make your own happy. And be committed to doing those things. See, if you do those things, it will be the one rooting for you.
Yeah.
Especially when the man knows that you honor them. Honor, respect, regard is so important, even to the smallest man. So
Hmm.
when you know that you honor them, it goes a long way. So,
Hmm.
said all of this, prioritize your family. Let them know that you will show up for them when you need to. Be intentional about creating traditions and moments. In my house, we have games nights,
Hmm.
we have barbecue nights, we
Hmm.
have movie nights.
Hmm.
The frequency can be different too. When we have read nights, so that's the new one we just started now. That okay, we want to have a night that is dedicated to reading, and we're doing that because of Corridor is growing, and
Hmm.
he needs to also see other people read.
Read.
So we
Yeah.
decided that, okay, let's have a night where everybody will sit down at the table and we are reading.
Mm.
Those are cultures. Now, all these cultures are peculiar to my own house. You can
Yes.
learn from them, right?
Mm.
But it's peculiar to my house. For some people now, they'll tell you, oh, as a couple, they sit down and strategize for the year.
Yeah.
Very
For
different.
the month.
It does
Yeah.
not work in my own house. So I don't imagine my spouse. When we first got married, I used to be like, "Ah, let's sit down, let's plan." It is okay. So you'll find what works for you,
Mm.
but spend time looking for what works for you, what works for your marriage, what works for your spouse. And when you find them, be intentional. Remember what we said about when there is love at home for you as a woman, how it helps
Yeah.
you word of affirmation. It's the same way for them. My son will come back and ask me things that he heard in school because he
Mm.
knows that he has a friend in me, even when it is ridiculous,
Mm.
or when I'm alarmed that, where did he hear this one from? I will keep
Hmm.
it. Hey, what do you think it means? Tell me
Hmm.
about. So it makes it easy for me to desensitize him, to reorientate him when somebody is saying something. But
Hmm.
some of us think about it. When you were growing up, you couldn't share some things. I didn't have that issue though, but you couldn't share some things with your parents.
Hmm.
So I remember when we were little now, some people they will say, you should have sex because of menstrual pain. And some ladies actually fall victim of that
Yes.
because
Yes.
there was nobody in their life for them to talk to that could
Hmm.
tell them that that is not true.
Hmm.
So you need to be intentional about being present in the life of your children. That is why God gave women the singular power to determine. Do you know that if you, as a wife, you determine that it's only two children that we are going to have in this family, you know that there's no how you have more.
True.
So God gave us that
True.
power. So if it is one that you can handle, please burn one. If it
Hmm.
is two that you can handle, don't go and burn five. And then
Hmm.
you raise two well, and the other three, their life is nothing.
Hmm.
For every child you bring into this life, you are responsible for them.
Responsible. Yes. Yeah.
My mother-in-law will turn 70 this year. My mother-in-law still calls us to check up on us, to say,
Hmm.
oh, what projects? We will still need money for projects sometimes, and we are still calling my mother-in-law to say, Mom Michelle, Yawani.
Wow.
And I will do it with my full chest because that's the role of a parent.
Hmm.
So when my son came to me on Monday and she was like, thank you for paying my school fees, we say, okay, you are welcome. On Tuesday again, he came, thank you for paying my school fees. So okay. On Wednesday, we say, wait, paying your school fees is your right. You don't need to
Yeah.
thank. We are responsible for you.
Hmm.
We brought you to this life. So we
Hmm.
are responsible until you can stand on your own 2 feet. We will continue to parent you.
Hmm.
Yes, that is the goal for this generation. It is not just to born the child and see them off to secondary school and then send them to boarding school and that is it. You are instilling values and virtues that they will go on to build their own home. There are values that I uphold in my home now that I got from my mom, that I
Hmm.
got from my dad. So, what values are you imputing in your own children? But it is hard work. I
Hmm.
follow certain pages on social media just about parenting, intentional parents. So
Hmm.
that even when I don't feel like reading, I don't feel like anything, I will scroll and I will see something. I'll be like, this thing is true. I'll send it to my husband. See, maybe we should practice this with our son.
Hmm.
Maybe we should. I went for one conference and Feladro Toye, they sold one pamphlet of 10 commandments. I brought it home. I gave it to my son, be reading it every day at night. We will read it together. I'll do the right thing, regardless of who is
Hmm.
doing the wrong thing, blah, blah, blah. It is work. Oh. It is hard
Hmm.
work. But if you are intentional about doing it, and if you place your family above everything else,
Hmm.
having married right, you will
Hmm.
succeed at
Ah, and to get me, I am blown. My head do. See, if only I could stand on this chair and just roll, 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 like that's the way I'm feeling. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You did more than I could have. You answered beyond the questions. You went even deeper than the questions, and I'm really, really grateful. Please help me type in the comment section that you are grateful to this great mom, because I know that she has poured out her heart. This is really you pouring out your heart, and I'm
Yeah.
so grateful. I wouldn't have had this the other way. I wouldn't have had it any other way. Thank you so much. Don't worry, I'll come in your DM. Continue the rest later. Let me release you right now so that you can go and attend to
Thank you.
Korede. My love to Korede. I hope he's hearing me. Love you so much.
I
Thank
know
you for giving
he
us
has joined.
mommy. Thank you for
Thank
giving us
you.
mommy. Thank you so much. And my love to your husband too. Love
Yes,
you so much, Ma. God bless you.
love
Thank
you
you. Thank
too.
you. Thank you. See, they're thanking you in the comments. Thank you. I've not done the
Oh,
thank you before, but let me just let you go now. We'll continue the thank you later. Thank you
yeah.
very much,
Thank
Ma.
you.
Oh, okay, okay.
No, I was just saying thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. And I look forward to the exploits that you will do. Well done on this initiative, sis.
Thank
I'm
you.
super proud of you. And this is going to be just the beginning of many amazing things to come for your
Amen.
initiative, for you as a woman. Thank you, everyone, for listening to me so far. I am deeply grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a good night, rest. Thank you all for staying till this time. Thank you so much. I really hope that it was value for you to have stayed till now. I know it was value for your time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I want to announce the winner for the person that won our free fashion designing class. I think it's Wura Koya. That's the person that won the free fashion designing. So if you're online, you can signify, or there's no time anymore. Just send me a DM. Wura Koya, you won the free fashion designing class from Be Smart Creatives. Be Smart Creatives is the one that sponsors the free fashion designing. Thank you so much, sister. I love you. She's the one sponsoring the free fashion designing class. It's going to be a beginner class, and if you're already a beginner, then you'll just do a top-up class. So she's ready to take you through the entire process as long as you need to. Just make sure that you cooperate with her. Thank you all so much for waiting to this time. It has been value for my own time. I don't know about you, but for you to have stayed this long, I believe that it's been value for your time. And tomorrow is the grand finale, day 5. And my humble self, I will be the one hosting and answering the remaining questions, tomorrow. So don't miss it. Be live by 8 p.m. and let's see what God will say tomorrow. I don't even know what God will say yet, but I believe that He will use me as a mouthpiece to minister to you and answer your questions. Thank you all. I am honored that you honored me to have stayed this long. And thank you for coming on day 1, day 2, day 3, and this is day 4. I don't know what you see in us, but something must have drawn you here. And I pray that God will answer all of your prayers in the name of Jesus. And I hope that He has used this conference to do something in your life, to change something, to give you clarity, to give you guidance, to hold your hand and say, daughter, this is how I want you to do it. Because that's the goal of the entire conference. And I hope we've been able to do that. See you tomorrow, and I hope that I see you. Please be online tomorrow and just be here, and let's have fun like usual. Have a good night rest. Bye.